To stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. It means deciding to voluntarily transform the chaos of potential into the realities of habitable order. It means adopting the burden of self-conscious vulnerability and accepting the end of the unconscious paradise of childhood, where finitude and mortality are only dimly comprehended. It means willingly undertaking the sacrifices necessary to generate a productive and meaningful reality. Today, freedom is being abused. People are squandering their privilege of freedom to walk down a path that promises happiness but actually leads to nihilism and psychological ruin. We are told to pursue what we want above all else, to follow our passions and serve our desires and self-interest with romanticized ideas that these things will make us happy. But so far, the consequences have only been the rise of nihilism and the loss of meaning in life. We fail to leave the paradise of childhood and to grow up, so we exploit our freedom to pursue selfish aims. Freedom, in being abused, has become as oppressive as tyranny. People have become selfish, narcissistic, unmotivated, depressed. They strive for their most capricious desires, calling them their needs, and they have become incapable of genuine good, care, commitment, and of any real contribution to life. Some have lost all respect for themselves in the process, which makes fighting for one's own enrichment even more ridiculous and pointless. Liberty has led the individual to become slave to his own impulses and abuses. There's no state of slavery, says Seneca, more disgraceful than one which is self-imposed. So many people believe that being free to do and pursue whatever they want will lead them to happiness, but that has only led them to ruin and destruction. Thinking that individual freedom alone is the path to happiness is a grave mistake. Freedom is necessary for a happy life and society, but like any ingredient in a medicine, if used in excess, it can produce adverse effects and even kill. Freedom must be used responsibly and with respect, not abused. Its very abuse is a disregard for it. So what missing ingredient do we need in order to restore to life its meaning? The answer is responsibility. The Austrian psychiatrist Viktor Frankl said that meaning, like happiness, is experienced through one's dedication to something greater than oneself. Ultimately, meaning is found in the personal commitments and responsibilities we take on. When we take on responsibility, we make the choice to contribute to what is necessary and important to make life better. We start doing things that support life, not only our own, but our families and our communities as well. Responsibility is a human need. It's how humans make life better. Just like a tree needs water to survive, a human needs responsibility to live. Meaning is an experience that we get when we do what we are meant to do. Author Mark Manson says that happiness comes from solving problems. Life is serious business. There are serious problems to be solved that require serious work. When we take on responsibility, we do what's necessary and important. We support our very existence. That's how we experience meaning in life. Freedom and duty must then be reconciled in order to live a truly happy and meaningful life. A tyrannical emphasis on obligation becomes oppressive, while the abuse of freedom leads to nihilism and depression, as it encourages us to become selfish and give in to so-called temptation. A society like today's, which labels success as whoever has given in to temptation the most, is seriously damaging and oppressive to the individual. A happy life and society needs both freedom and duty, not only one or the other. We must then use our freedom to choose our responsibilities. Psychologist Jordan Peterson says that freedom is the ability to choose between jobs, let's say, not to choose whether or not you have a job. Freedom is really the freedom to choose how you want to contribute to life, not the freedom to do whatever you want. This is actually not a constraint but an advantage. Choosing to take on responsibility is a win-win decision. It contributes to life and gives you fulfillment. If we want to live a fulfilling life, we have to use freedom responsibly. Additionally, by choosing to take on responsibility and committing to it, we gain real freedom. Real freedom is freedom from, not freedom to. It is freedom from despair, nihilism, tragedy. Real freedom is happiness. Someone who uses freedom for selfish aims will never be happy. In order to be happy, we need to help improve existence. We need to take on responsibility. Yet, in our contributing to life, we must not let the burdens we take on discourage us. If we obsessively think about the pains that we must work to fix, we may develop an overly tragic and pessimistic view of the world. Life is tragic, but we have the ability to make it as beautiful. We have the power to counter the tragicness of life through the responsibilities we take. We must also remember to appreciate what we have. What is the point of our work if we are unable to enjoy its fruits because we only ever think of how to improve life further in the future? We must appreciate the fruition of our and others' work and the good things in the present. Enjoy being with your family, having a home, having food, having fun, and work to sustain all this and improve it where improvement is needed. This is what it means to be a human. Taking responsibility to improve life and appreciating life are the pillars of happiness. Once responsibility has given you meaning, gratitude gives you joy. Thus, freedom alone does not lead us to happiness nor to fulfillment. If all we do is follow our impulses and become selfish, we will ruin our lives and our society. We must do something important which supports existence in order to live a fulfilling life as well as to survive. We must exert our freedom responsibly. Freedom is the opportunity to choose our responsibilities and how we want to contribute to life. Happiness is not the exhilaration found in doing everything you want, but the satisfaction and fulfillment found in supporting and improving life and in doing something important. You are free to choose how you want to contribute to life, not whether to do it or not. But this is not a constraint, it is actually an advantage. Responsibility is a win-win, for it improves life and gives you meaning. When you begin to take on responsibility and work to support life, not only your own but also your families and your communities, you experience fulfillment. And once you feel fulfilled, appreciation and gratitude for what you have is how you savor the joy of living. Choosing your responsibilities and appreciating life. That is happiness.